Welcome to Order of Operations. This is going to be the first thing I'm going to talk about in algebraic expressions, and I wanted to list out the steps of the orders of operations so you know what they are. So we're going to start off with an acronym. It's going to be called Pemdas. So the P, the E, the M, there's a D after that, there's an A, and then there's an S. So PEMDAS, all the letters of PEMDAS are going to stand for something. The P is going to stand for parentheses, and you can have parentheses that look like this, but you can also have other order brackets. We have brackets that look like this, and we also have brackets that look like this. So you could see all three types of those. And those are basically grouping symbols. You would do these first. Then after you're done with parentheses, you're going to move on to exponents. This is when you take some number, let's say x, and you raise it to a certain power. So it could be x squared, or x cubed, or x to the n power, whatever that power is. And then you have M. M stands for multiply. And then D stands for divide. These two steps you're going to do from left to right. So you're going to be going from left to right. And I'll show you what that means in a little bit. And then the last two are going to be A and S. The A stands for add, and the S stands for subtract. So you're going to be doing both of these operations from left to right as well. So both of these are going to be done from left to right. And what that means is, basically, the two steps are done concurrently, which means at the same time. If you see division before multiply, then you would do the division first. If multiplication was before division, you would do the multiplication first. So it all depends on which one of those two are on the left side and which one of those two are on the right side. So let's take a look at some problems that I wanted to do. First, I wanted to try this one. We're going to do 8 minus 4 in parentheses, and then we're going to multiply by 2. So this is the first algebraic expression that we're given. And what I want to do is I want to follow the order of operations. So it starts off with P, that's parentheses. I notice that I have 8 minus 4 in parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. Now 8 minus 4, I know that's going to be 4. And then I bring down the times 2 at the end. Then I move on from parentheses and I go on down the list. There's no exponent, so I don't have to worry about that. The next letter is M, which stands for multiply, and we know that 4 times 2 is going to give us 8. So 8 is going to be our answer. Let's try another one. Let's do 15 minus 12 divided by 4. 15 minus 12 divided by 4. So which operation am I going to do first? Well, it depends on what comes before another operation in PEMDAS, right? The D is going to come first, which stands for divide. So I'm going to do negative 12 divided by 4. Notice that there's a subtraction sign out in front, which is basically the same thing as a negative. So we have negative 12 instead of positive 12. Well, what's negative 12 divided by 4? That would be negative 3. And then, of course, I have to bring down the 15. So now I've got 15 minus 3. That's just going to give me 12. So that's my answer. Okay, let's do one more that's going to be sort of like a bonus because it's quite complicated. I want to try this next one. Let's try number 3. Number 3 is 3 squared divided by 3 plus 2 squared times 7 minus 20 divided by 5. So in this expression, what I want to do is I want to do the order of operations in order. So I'm going to do Pemdas. Okay, so I start at the first letter P. Are there any parentheses? No. So I can move on to the next one. E. That stands for exponents. So do I have any numbers raised to a power? Yes, I do. I have 3 squared, which is 3 times 3. That's going to give me 9. And I also have 2 squared over here, which is the same thing as 2 times 2. That's going to give me 4. And then I bring down the rest of the stuff. The divided by 3. I bring down the plus, the times 7, the minus 20, and the divided by 5. Okay, so now I'm going to do multiplication and division since I'm done with exponents. So let's do multiplication and division. Now, the first thing that I see on the left side is division. And then I have multiplication over here, and then I have a division over here. So we're going to do these from left to right. So that means I need to start on the left side, the 9 divided by 3. We know that that's going to be 3, right? So now I can bring down everything else. I've got a plus that I'm going to bring down. I have a 4 times 7. That's going to give me 28. And then the next sign that comes is a minus. This is actually a negative 20 divided by 5, which makes it a negative 4. So this needs to be a negative 4. So now I'm done with multiplication and division, and now I can do the last 2 steps, addition and subtraction. These 2 steps are done from left to right. So I start on the left side. 3 plus 28 is going to give me 31. Bring down the minus 4, and then 31 minus 4 is going to give me 27, and I'm done. So now we're done with these last 2 steps, and that's order of operations. So I hope that helps.